Hi, it's a sleepy Patrice here. I am going to take my daughter. She's returning a package.
Wait, are we gonna do the headphones?
Yeah, we're gonna do that first.
The headphones?
No, I forgot about that. We'll have to.
Cause I don't have them on me.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm taking my daughter. Excuse me. And then, oh my gosh, can you go in the house and get the Target bag on the couch that I'm returning that I don't have with me? So, yeah, because I wanted to do both. So I am, I wanted to make a return and, well, 2 returns in 2 different ways. But anyway, so I have this around I'm going to use this as my mask. So anyway, yeah. Hi. I haven't done a video in a long while, it feels like, because I have, I've been really deeply immersed in my education. So I am definitely an unschooler at heart and have always been one, even before I knew. Your head keeps getting right like in the way. I keep doing like this, trying to see. But yeah, so before I even knew what unschooling was, I was an unschooler. And like long before I even had children. And then of course, once I had my children, my oldest is the only one who has had any sort of schoolish experience, as she went to daycare up until she was 4 years old, at which point I quit my job and she quit daycare, and we were home ever since, kinda, mostly. So well, she never went back to school, but I did go back to, like, I had little jobs here and there, but for the most part I'm a stay-at-home homeschool mom, and it is a little bit warm to me, so I'm gonna open this window just a touch. But anyway, yeah, so I have really been immersed in learning a lot of different things. I have I pay attention to different things with, like, especially when it has to do with education. We have Verizon for our internet service, and because we don't have cable, we've got rid of that. But they are doing, because of all this COVID-19 thing and kids being out of school, they had all these different promotions where you could do all these different programs for free for 60 days. And one of them is with a place or something called Shaw Academy, and it's a worldwide thing. Like my teacher, one of my teachers, I know he's in Ireland, but I don't even know where the other ones are from. I don't remember. But anyway, I'm taking some classes and I'm learning a lot, and it is absolutely wonderful, and I'm just having a good time, and just learning, and it's really a lot of fun. And so the issue for me is that I'll get really, like, immersed, and I'll get that, like, tunnel vision, and it's hard to get me out of it. So I have not come out to really make videos, but what I had in my favor was that I had videos that I had done previously and I scheduled them, so that was good. But I don't think I have any more. I haven't even checked, but I don't think I have any more. So I'm like, oh, maybe I should do this, because I'm trying to stay on top of it. I'm not on top of my blog as much as I would prefer to be, but at the same time I'm okay with it too. I feel like I feel very led by God to move the way I move in different, like, in every area of my life, and I don't apologize for that, and I don't feel bad about it at all. I have I feel like I've been in a season for a good while where I've kind of like stayed away from a lot of social events, and it's like a catch-22 because I miss people, and at the same time I know I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and I'm good, with that. So it's, but, and then of course now, with this whole thing going on with the COVID and all, is you're pretty much forced to not, do any social events and gatherings and all. And again, I'm fine. Like, I'm completely fine because I'm immersed in all these different things. I'm making a lot of things, and I've included a few items that I've not ever made before, I think. Well, I can only think of one thing actually that I want to make that I haven't made before, which is beeswax wraps. So like when you want to wrap up some food, like maybe somebody eats part of an apple or something and you don't want to wrap it in plastic, and you could do the beeswax wraps, and they're quite lovely. I have a few, and I also have a recipe, or I say recipe, it's not food, but I have a like instructions where I can make my own out of some I have some organic, actually I have one of my baby's organic blankets that I can use to make the beeswax wrap with. So I'm excited to do that at some point. And yeah, I've just been like really having a good time learning all these new things that's helping me with like life, and my nutrition and everything. I'm really having to make some changes with regards to my nutrition, because I have, most of the time they have the issue of overeating and binging on like something, maybe that's not so healthy. And my issue is the opposite. I need to eat more, and it feels very impossible, and it feels actually kind of scary too. But part of my issue is that I do intermittent fasting because it just fits my lifestyle so beautifully, but it's to my detriment. So I am now, like, I was talking to God this morning. I was like, should I open my eating window like all the way to like a 12-12, and because I was intending on doing a 14-10 split where I fast for 14 hours and have a 10-hour eating window. And I feel like that probably could be ideal for me, but I don't stick with it. I easily mess around and do 16, 18, 20, 24, and more fasts and hour fasts, and easily, because I get wrapped up in what I'm doing. I don't pay attention to my bodily cues as far as hunger. And because at first I was like, I just don't get hungry, but I realized I do get hungry. It's just I ignore it just long enough that the feeling of hunger will go away, and I will not have eaten, and I'll look up and it's like dinner time and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't even eaten anything, and I always knew that I was putting myself in like starvation mode, messing up my hormones, all that kind of stuff, messing up my metabolism, everything. But this class that I'm taking, it's really sinking in differently. And I'm like, nah. And then the problem too is that with eating that way or not eating very much, because I can't possibly get in all the calories that I need for the day in one meal, And then even on my best days, I only eat 2 meals, and I just not even like necessarily, I wouldn't even have a snack or anything. I just wasn't wanting to eat, and too many other things to do. And so I'm like, on top of that, I would also find myself still doing the exercising just as before, as if I don't know, like a crazy person. And you, like, food is for fuel, so that was just a bad idea. And so I'm getting that now. I'm understanding now, and I'm like, okay, I gotta make some changes. And so I'm gonna try having my eating window 12-12, and I'm gonna try that for about a month and see what happens, because there was a time in the not too far like past where I ate more and the weight started to just come off. And because I'm working out, like I could run circles around many people who are like more fit, like physically fit, like the body shows it and all. But because I keep up with my boys running and everything, I'm good. I'm not afraid to move, and I do move, but it's the eating part. And one thing that was cool today that I learned, you can go ahead and show them the hold on for a second. Okay, so the one thing that the guy talked about in my class today, this is a sports nutrition class. One thing he talked about today was that people, he hates to hear people talk about how 80% of it is diet, and then the 20 is your exercise habits, right, with regards to losing weight. And he was like, no, it's not. Actually, he's like, that's like a lie, or it's just not true. He said, because when you think about it, your exercise should be maybe 2% of your day, right? To do something sufficient enough, like if you're trying to achieve fat loss, or whatever the case may be. And so he was like, that's only 2% of your day. The rest of your day, he said, so for 2% of your day, you're like, and that's 48 minutes to be like precise, in a 24-hour period. 48 minutes is your exercise, whereas you eating, he said, a good 163 hours, like per week or whatever, so he's like, nah, no, it's 50-50. Like, you really need to be paying attention to both to get this right, as far as, especially if you're trying to no matter what you're doing, whether it's fat loss you're trying to achieve, or gaining to build muscle, or or bulking up with muscle. So that was quick, huh?
Yeah.
So
I just had to brighten my screen because I don't know.
Yeah. So I'm getting a lot. And then another thing that I'm really digging with this guy, he's a trainer, and he's just been in the fitness industry for a good while, and I love how balanced he is. One of the things that, and sorry guys that whatever that feel other ways, I don't get with these like fad diets. I'm not with them at all. I don't think, if it's not something that you can bless you, that you can sustain for life, it's not gonna do so well to serve you. Like, I know I met a young lady a few ago who she did keto she lost like 40 pounds, and I was like, oh, so are you still doing it? And she was like, no. And I was just like, okay, like, that's gonna go kind of so because again, if you can't sustain that lifestyle, like, seriously, what makes you think that weight is not going to come off if you don't, like, because your nutrition is half of it. And then not only that, but also, like, my teacher talked about the whole thing with regards to carbs, and how this is a sports nutrition class, it is about exercising and doing strength training. And when he says exercising, it's not like oh, I walk every day. No, because he's kind of rough. He's tough, but that's up to my speed. He's like, listen, he was like, not trying to, offend anybody, but he was like, but if you're walking every day, that's not exercise. Our bodies were meant to walk. Like you're supposed to walk like every day. And he was like, so no, that's not exercise, and I don't count that as exercise. That's your bare minimum, kind of thing. And so he was talking about how like this sports nutrition class is assuming that you're doing strength, where you're either doing body weight exercises or just some kind of resistance training, whether that is body weight or with machines or the weights, dumbbells, or whatever, and then also some cardio. And with that, when you're doing strength training, you cannot afford to forego carbs. Like, you need carbs. And he's like, this whole thing of and he breaks it down so beautifully. He even talks about how, like, if you're about to do a workout and you need to like have some protein and carbs before your strength workout, like you're about to do strength for 45 minutes or more, right, of strength training, you need some protein and you need carbs to help fuel you through that workout. And with this type of lifestyle, it's interesting because your diet should be 30% protein, 20% fat, and 50% carbs. And that don't mean go out and eat a bunch of cookies. That's empty calories. That don't mean like a bunch of chips or, like whatever. But it could mean that just before, if I'm going to do a strength workout, and it's going to be a fairly long workout, it could mean that I could have like an egg sandwich on white bread. I would not do wheat or multigrain at that point, because the way the body it takes the body a long time to process the whole grain or multi. It's amazing. Whereas with the white, it'll use it up right quick as energy, and so it'll be available much quicker. And so he's teaching me a lot of stuff. It's really good, and I'm like so thrilled to learn all these things, because I do shy away from certain things. And he's like, no, he was like, you need your potatoes and all those things, especially if you're doing strength training and everything, and I am. So it's really good. That and then I'm like missing my mother and a lot of stuff, and just dealing with all that stuff too. Still having crazy dreams, and with that, like, speak to anger and all that. So anyway, I'll end the video now because I've gone on long enough. But I thank you for watching, as always. I hope you're doing well and keeping yourself and your family safe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.